beneath the surface, just like with that the bird thing. So when we were reading through the book of Leviticus, there's a whole lot in there about ceremonies and rites and rituals. And you might come across passages in the Bible that seem maybe not archaic, but they seem kind of in days gone by. Well, we read this passage in Leviticus that said if the priest sins, he has to give a communal sin offering. He has to give a goat in sin offering, right? The surface level says this: the leader sacrifices a goat. That's literally all it says in the book of Leviticus in that one part. If the leader's committed a sin, they have to give a sin offering for the community. But that's the surface. The underlying thing is sometimes the interesting thing. Why is it that the leader of the synagogue has to give a communal offering, not a personal offering? Is it because when leaders sin, it actually demands that they have to give a larger sin offering because their sins don't affect just them? It actually affects the whole community? You see, you can get stuck on the surface level stuff, but then as soon as you start to identify what's the principle beneath the rite and the ritual and the ceremony up on the top level, all of a sudden you start to realize, like, oh, maybe even Leviticus is ahead of the time then, not behind the times. Because our leaders have to realize that when they sin against the whole congregation, not just against themselves. Wow.
Preach, brother.
Right? Feel free to quote the tradition. Now, I've been doing a lot of reading since seminary, even undergrad, about church history. Let's say, for instance, someday a person comes up to you and asks a question. Even if you don't know your answer, it's okay to say the majority of the church history has said this. So if a kid ever comes up to you and says, I don't believe in the Trinity, I think it's rubbish, you don't always have to debate them. You can say, all right, well, the 2,000 years of church tradition has said that we do believe in Trinity. And you don't even have to go much further than that. Because sometimes it's okay just to say, this is what Christians have thought for a very long time. Right?